Do you actually know what fear is? Now, I can tell you what it's not. Fear is not false evidence appearing real. That means it's imaginary. Fear is very real. Fear is the anticipation of pain. Now, let's jump into it. What's going on? It's Uncharted Potential. Welcome back. Today we're talking about fear. So fear arises is when we anticipate something that is going to inflict pain upon us. When you feel fear, you're essentially saying to yourself, what if doing said thing is going to experience pain? What if doing X, Y, and Z is going to inflict pain upon myself? That is fear. Now, ironically, fear's purpose is to protect us, when in reality it holds us back most of the time. Now, here's something really important that I've learned over the last 6 months. Fear arises most when we feel we are not in control. So there's that relationship between control and fear, with the fear of the unknown, the fear of what can happen next. That is when fear happens, is when we are in least control of our life. While we're here, let's talk about the most common fear, the most common in the human race. It feels like everybody's felt this in somewhere, in some shape or form, and that is the fear of rejection. Now, let's talk about that and how we can overcome it. So the fear of rejection, it sounds like this. What if so-and-so rejects me? What if I do this job application, I get this interview and I get rejected again? What if I keep doing these things and they say no, right? That is the fear of rejection. Let's use sales as an example. So let's say you're someone in sales that wants to increase their sales, right? You want to increase your numbers. So it seems like the most common thing to do would be call up old clients that you've already sold to and ask if they want to purchase something else from you, right? Because the odds of that are really high because they've already said yes to you once, they're more than likely going to say yes to you again, right? Now, the difference between the super highly successful and then the people that are, just your average Joe is that the highly successful, they're going to make those calls. They're going to do that. They're going to call those old clients and see if there's something else that they can do for them. While the average Joe is going to be like, I don't want to be bothering them. I don't want to make these calls. They could be busy. They're not going to say yes. They're going to make all these excuses instead of just making the damn phone call. So that is the difference between the highly successful and also the average Joe. Now, how can you get there? How can we get to this point where we're just going to take action in the face of fear anyway? So we're overcoming fear in a practical approach. So I'm gonna use myself as an example. So I was in sales. I did sales for a year and a half, almost 2 years. So how we trained ourselves to overcome the fear of objection is that we trained ourselves to hearing the word no. So we would practice and practice and practice on people, on our coworkers, on friends and family, on these sales pitches. But we wanted them to say no every single time, almost to the point that we were expecting it. So what this did is that we overcame, it almost felt like if we were in control, almost felt like I was in control of the outcome. So when I did get the yes, when I did get the, oh yeah, let's do it, it was like this reaction of like, oh my gosh, sweet. But we were trained to hear this no over and over and over. So that honestly, fear is like a muscle. Fear is, you have to keep using it. You have to keep doing what you need to do, keep facing fear, keep doing what you say you're gonna do, and just take action anyway. That is honestly one of the only ways to overcome fear, is especially the fear of rejection, is just to keep getting accustomed to hearing the word no, keep training yourself to hearing no, and then it's just gonna become a natural response. Like, oh, they're gonna say no, cool, on to the next. You're just gonna keep moving forward and you're gonna keep going. And that is fear. So next time in life when fear shows up, because it never goes away, it's gonna keep showing up, just remember, it's a chance to grow. It's not a chance to stay stagnant. You're gonna be able to level up and continue in your life. So see you guys in the next one.